So we decided to try and create an exhibition space in virtual reality. So we went into Google Blocks and decided to have a look at some different forms. So Blocks is a great way of exploring um, different types of forms, as these are based on boxes which have been modified and played around with. The great thing about Blocks is you're in virtual reality, so you can zoom around your model in front of you as if it was a maquette, or you can pull it yourself into it and stand in it in almost real world size. So you have a real great appreciation of space. So we were having a look at different forms. This was a sort of iceberg inspired form. Wasn't too happy with it because it was a little bit too abstract, so I wanted something a little bit more formal. So what we decided to do was go with a modular based approach, go with something really simple, quite close to real world. I didn't want to blow people's minds too much, so we looked at this simple option where we just have a leg for a gallery, and you repeat that 5 times to look at the different disciplines that we have. The great thing again with Blocks is you can put you can't delete faces, but you can put a glass material on a face, and that allows you to see through it, and gives you that impression of there being a window, or you can sort of pretend it's not there if you're doing something a bit more complex. We just mapped out the different forms inside. Where would the theoretical columns be? Where would the posters be? The boards to show the student work, and then we imported it into, saved it out in Blocks as an OBJ, imported that into 3ds Max, and that allowed us to just make sure that everything was ready to be imported into a game engine. So to do that, what we did was made everything modular. So the columns, we took the backs off to make sure that there weren't too many polygons. We deleted one column and made an instance of all of them, so that meant that we only had one piece of geometry for the columns in the game engine, and added features like a fancy piece for the roof in the center. After that point, we were then able to import the model parts, one column, one piece of wall, one floor for each gallery space, and then just repeat them in Unreal Engine. We were then able to apply materials that we got from Substance Source by Algorithmic, these are just fantastic materials, to give it some life, and apply some colours to it. And that then, once we had that done in Unreal, we were able to put in a VR player, which you can inhabit and travel around this space as if you were there, because it's all sort of human scale. So you can teleport your way around the space and go up to the boards on the wall and have a closer look at the artwork. And make your way through the space, look at the different exhibitions that we have going on there. Fashion was a great one to do because we had these sketches that some of the students had done with Tiltbrush in virtual reality. So these things you're looking at in virtual reality were created in virtual reality. You're able to walk around them, see them in 3D, and that's something that hasn't really been done very much with fashion. So it's a very exciting stage that we're at to be able to showcase student work in this way. And we could show animations, we could show photographs. We went into the photo imaging gallery where you can see all the student work at a large scale. You don't have to print them out. You can show them as big as they need to be. So it's a really great opportunity to showcase student work and to have them at any scale you want, really, as long as the resolution is there, obviously, and have a bit of freedom of movement, create your own space, and just show off a bit of work. It was great fun to do, and everyone who visited it had a blast.